Vanity. So today, I guess we can read by chapter 17. So, let's get started. Vanity gets the best of Anne. One April night, as Marilla walked home, she noticed that spring had finally arrived. Flowers were starting to bloom. Waking up after a long winter's sleep, Marilla felt happy without knowing why. She could see Green Gables through the trees. It looked so beautiful, with the setting sun reflected in the windows. It'll be nice to sit beside the warm fire, Marilla thought. She had asked Anne to have a tea ready for 5 o'clock. Life at Anne in the Green Gables was so different since Anne arrived, Marilla thought as she smiled to herself. When she entered the kitchen and found no fire and no tea, she was both disappointed and irritated. "Where is that girl?" she muttered, and took up the second best dress to prepare supper. Matthew came in from plowing and was waiting for his tea. He watched Marilla stamp about the kitchen, banging pots and complaining about the inn. "She off somewhere with Diana, forgetting about her chores. Her head is full of nonsense, and you just never know what she'll do next. She had no right to leave the house when there was work to do. I must say, it surprised me. I'd like Anne to do some disappointments." "Well, I don't know," said Matthew, sitting patiently in the corner. "Maybe she has a good reason." "Matthew Cuthbert, I know you would take her side." Supper time came and went with no sign of Anne. Marilla accepted her to run through the door, breathless, full of apologies. But the house was quiet and dark. Marilla went to look for a candle in Anne's room, lighting it. She turned around to see Anne herself lying on the bed, face down the pillows. "Goodness me," said Marilla. Have you been asleep?" "No," came Matthew's reply. Are you feeling sick?" Marilla asked. She wanted to feel Anne's forehead and moved her head away. "Oh, please, Marilla, go away and don't look at me. I am in a depth of despair. My life is absolutely ruined. It's over." "And Shirley, whatever matter with you? Get up right in the minute and tell me." Marilla put back to the covers of Anne's bed. She held on the candle and get a better look as Anne slowly pulled up herself. "Look at my hair, Marilla." She disappeared. "My goodness," Marilla gasped. "What have you done? Your hair is green." It wasn't an ordinary green, like color of grass and trees. It a dull of brownish green with streaks of original red. Marilla thought she had never seen a color so ugly in her life. "Yes, it's green," moaned Anne. "I thought nothing could be bad as red hair, but I know it's 10 times worse than green hair. Oh, Marilla, I feel so awful." "I knew quiet in this room. It's been months since you last scrape." Marilla stood tall beside Anne. "All right now, what happened?" "I dyed it." Anne began to cry again. "He told me it would turn my hair so beautiful, raven black." Miss Stacy said we should trust people unless they give us, because not to. And I had no reason not to. But Marilla, my hair has been raven black. It's not raven black, isn't it? It's ridiculous, hideous, horrible green. Marilla took her by shoulders. Who are you talking about, Anne? I bought the dye in the general store when Matthew and I were in the Carmody. The clerk said he'd reduce the price for me, and I only have 50 cents and cost 75. I followed all the direction and used a whole bottle, but when I saw my color in the hair, oh, Marilla, whatever I do. I'm glad you can see what the foolishness brought you in. Marilla patted her gently on the back. You really must think through more carefully, she said about washing Anne's hair. She tried several times, but the color didn't change. Poor Anne exclaimed, I'll never live in this town. I am unhappiest girl in the Prince Edward Island. Anne was inconsolable. She stayed home from school and washed her hair every day. Only Diana knew her secret, but kept her word and told no one. Finally, Marilla decided that only solution was to cut her hair. This made Anne very sad, but she knew Marilla was right. Please cut a bit once. Oh, I feel bad. My heart is broken. This was such an unromantic implication. Girls in the book lose their hair in favors and sell it to get money for good deed. There is nothing comforting to have your hair cut up because you've dyed dreadful color. I'm going to whip all the time and cutting off you if one interfere. Marilla had cut hair very, very short to remove the offending color, and looked at the mirror, and calm and despair. I will look in this mirror every day to remind myself how silly I am. I won't even try to imagine it anyway. Even though I hated that red hair, it was nice, thick, and curly. Anne's clipped had made sensation in school following Monday, but her relief, nobody guessed the real reason for that. Later that night, Anne told Marilla, who was lying on the couch with one headaches, Diana said when my hair begins to grow, I can tie a black velvet ribbon around my head with a bow on one side. She thinks it'll be very becoming. I will call the snood. That sounds so romantic, but I'm talking too much, Marilla. Does your head hurt? I'm feeling much better now, thank you. As your chatter, I don't know that minded. I've gotten so used to it, which was Marilla's way of saying that she liked to hear. So this is end of chapter 15. So we planned to read by chapter 16, but I guess it'll be so long. So next time, I'll try to read for chapter 17. Let's find out what chapter can we read. So chapter 16. Yes, I guess we can make it. So next time we'll read by chapter 18. So see you next time.